thank you, everyone. Well, who doesn't love their morning cup of coffee? For me, it's actually an afternoon cup as well. Well, now you have a reason to love it even more. Former chief medical correspondent and New York Times best-selling author, Dr. Bob Arnot, joins me now to show us how we can uncover coffee's hidden health benefits. Amen. I am so happy. It's good to see you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. Well, I was telling him in the commercial break, actually, he was schooling me on my coffee drinks because I do like cream and sugar, and he's going to tell me why I don't need any of that. But first, talk to me about this recent study, how it's helping depression.
So it's very interesting. Harvard Medical School, their Department of Public Health did a study, and what they showed was that the more coffee that women drank, the lower the risk was of depression.
Wow, fantastic. Now,
And
just women or men as well?
Well, there are other studies. The study of Finnish men actually showing that 8 cups a day did quite a good job.
8 cups?
Which is that's a lot of coffee.
Yeah, that's a lot of coffee. A lot of people in the studio. That sounds good to us.
It's interesting that the Hallmark study in the New England Journal of Medicine, which is our best journal,
right,
of 5 million consumers show there's a 15% decrease in all-cause death for women. So it's one of the very best things that you can do for your health if it's right for you.
Okay, Dr. Bob, is there any health risks associated with drinking too much? I know we say 8. To me, that sounds like a lot. What would you say are the negatives to having too much?
So the interesting thing is about 45% of the population has a gene which limits the speed with which they process caffeine. That's myself.
Yeah.
So if I had 5 cups of coffee, I'd have a SWAT team chasing me down the highway, right?
No kidding, yes.
So for those people, they're very good, high-quality decafs or have a single cup in the morning. But if you are a fast processor, you can have a lot of coffee and it's not going to have ill effects.
I think I'm a fast processor. But tell our viewers what you were telling me, because the roasting process really matters. I was telling them that I like kind of a dark roast. And talk to me about why you said maybe that's not always the best.
So the interesting thing is the healthy thing in coffees is called a polyphenol. The same healthy thing you find in fruits, vegetables, red wines, and green teas. So what we did was source coffees from around the world and found ones that had spectacular levels to start out with, like a super vegetable, right? But when you roast it, as you go to a light roast and a medium roast and a dark roast, you kill off all the really good stuff. So a burnt roast is going to taste like burnt charcoal, which some people like with the cream. But there's a specialty coffee association meeting in town today, and the whole message is these lighter roasts have spectacular flavors. It's the new red wine, 1,200 different flavor components like a raspberry jam or apricot or chocolate. But you only get those if you freshly grind them and if you have a very light roast.
Okay, can I sample some?
Absolutely. Let's pour some.
Let's do it.
Here's how you would do it, just very briefly. This is our Dr. Danger coffee, which has the very best beans in the world. You'd measure it out like this on a scale until you say to get 30 grams or so. Then you take it and you put it into a grinder. And this is to show how quickly you can do it.
Right.
You know, press the grind button, out it comes. It would look like that. And then I would take and pour it in. So people would think that making your own coffee is a big process. We've done it all here in just a very short period of time. So take a minute for that to all drip through, and you'll be able to taste a great cup of coffee. Just be careful you don't burn yourself there.
Right, no kidding. But it's so funny because that is something we always think about. That's why I think Keurigs are so popular, because we're fast-paced on the go. But there is nothing better, in my opinion, than when you do grind the beans and you are able to savor it and get that taste.
Absolutely right.
Yes, freshness.
We actually did make
2 Keurigs too?
We actually made one for the Keurig machines here. It's completely biodegradable.
Good.
And we put more coffee in, a better coffee, and it still tastes delicious.
Now go back to the study, because you also point out, you said it helps reduce the risk of death from heart disease, stroke, diabetes, neurological disease, suicide, and cancer. That's incredible.
So these are all observational studies. Again, 5 million years of sort of consumer usage, so that they're really good studies. But why would that be? It's because the driving force behind most diseases is inflammation, as you've reported so many times on your show.
Right.
And so these polyphenols are one of the most potent anti-inflammatory compounds, and you'll find more in the right coffee than you'll find in anything else in the American diet. Wow.
And I was also reading better than sports drinks or protein shakes when it comes to, let's say you're an athlete, or you don't have to be an athlete, you just want to go to the gym. It's okay to have that cup of coffee versus that high sugar sports drink.
Very best thing you can do. If you have one before a morning workout, as an example, here,
Oh,
why
it's
don't you
beautiful. Thank you.
test that there. You'll find that it liberates free fatty acids, so it's good for weight control, and allows you to use the free fatty acids as a way of spurring your workout. So I compete at stand-up surfing, 32-mile races from Molokai to Oahu.
What?
Toughest race in the world, and I use coffee, and it's fantastic. The other key thing is how to drink coffee. Many people gulp it so that they can taste the bitterness or the burnt flavor, but if you slurp it like that, it aerosolizes in your mouth so you can taste all the floral flavors or fruity flavors or chocolate, cocoa, almonds.
This is delicious.
Isn't
What was
it
this
great?
one?
It's called Dr. Danger Coffee, and I authored this. I was writing a book, and I figured this is so complicated.
So good.
Why don't I do it for coffee drinkers? And I did with this really fun Dr. Danger coffee.
And where can we get Dr. Danger?
You can get it on Amazon.com, or you can go to the Dr. Danger Coffee website.
Fantastic. Doctor, thank you.
And happy birthday again.
Thank you so much.
You're very
You made me
welcome.
so happy because I love coffee, so music to my ears. For more information, please visit drdangercoffee.com, or you can follow Dr. Bob Arnot on social media at Dr. Bob Arnot. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Well, before you head down to Fort Lauderdale for spring break, there are a few things you need. A keg, who wrote this? A beer funnel. That is not true. I don't pack those. No, you need some hot gadgets. We're going to learn more about that.